Hi, how are you doing? My name is Makena. I'm going to talk about blockchain technology. I'll basically talk about how to gain and lose in blockchain. I'll also show you the system that I'm working on right now. Welcome to the fourth revolution. Discover technology that is changing lives around the world. Before we get to the main point, I would like us to look at the history in the revolution of money in the economy because it is the economy that moves the world. At the beginning, we had what we call barter trade system, which was based on mutual understanding as a medium of exchange. Number two, we had industrial revolution, which was based on fiat or paper currency as the medium of exchange. Number three, we had what we call digital or internet revolution, which was based on e-currency or e-money as a medium of exchange. Number four, we have what we are going to talk about today, blockchain revolution, which is based on cryptocurrencies or encrypted currencies as a medium of exchange. For each of these revolutions to occur, there were challenges that inspired the establishment of the next revolution. When you look at barter trade system, it became difficult to do business based on mutual understanding, especially where business had to go beyond borders. So to solve this challenge, we see that there was paper money or paper fiat currency that was introduced. Now it was easier to do business on a common currency that could be used as a measure for commodities and services. Industrial revolution, how do you feel working with around 50,000 shillings, Kenyan shillings in your pocket or in your bag, insecure, right? Also, it was very difficult to do business or transactions when you are far apart. For instance, you want to do some transaction in Mombasa and you're based in Nairobi, that is in Kenya. It was very difficult traveling all the way to Mombasa just to take the money so that you can do the transaction, and that is why we see there's digital or internet revolution that came to help solve this challenge. Now it was very easy to do transactions just by going to your M-Pesa and just click send or receive some money, and it was very easy to do transactions. Digital revolution also has its own challenges including conings, scams, and number four, we come to blockchain revolution. But what really inspired blockchain technology? That is what I'm going to show you. Blockchain technology was inspired by the financial crisis of 2007 to 2009. The financial crisis caused devaluation of the dollar currency, which greatly affected international trade across the world. The dollar is the currency that is used as a standard value for doing business across the world. So when the dollar goes down in value, it becomes very difficult to do business, and this is what happened during the financial crisis. It was very difficult to do business. Now, you see, blockchain technology was introduced right after the global financial crisis, that is in 2010. The first cryptocurrency to be deployed on blockchain was Bitcoin, that is in 2010. That is the Bitcoin logo there. One Bitcoin in 2010 was going for around 10 Kenyan shillings. One Bitcoin in 2021 is around 6 million, that is 11 years later. From 10 Kenyan shillings to 6 million, what has happened between this time is that the value has increased, the value of the Bitcoin. If you had invested 100 Kenyan shillings to buy 10 Bitcoins, right now you would be worth around 6 billion. That is, you multiply 10 Bitcoins by 6 million, you get 6 billion. Looking at the value of 100 Kenyan shillings, in 2010, 100 Kenyan shillings could have bought a few shillings, but in 2021, I hear 100 Kenyan shillings cannot even buy bread and milk. You see here, what has really happened is that the value of the 100 Kenyan shillings has went down. It has really depreciated over the time. This can only be explained by the fact that the government prints money. The paper money is printed by the government. Now, if the government can print money, it means that they can control the supply and demand. And if the government can control the supply and demand, it means that the government is able to control the value of the currency through things as regulations and taxes. So this is what happened here. The 100 Kenyan shillings paper money has really lost value over time. Now, um, this is just an illustration of the growth of Bitcoin versus the gradual loss of value in fiat currency, that is a typing mistake. In 1998, $20 could have bought a lot of things. You see, over the time, 2005, the things decreased, the things that it could buy, 2014, 2021. But when you look at the value of Bitcoin, it keeps on increasing from the initial time that it was introduced. In 2012, it could have bought a few shoppings. When you go to 2013, the number of things increased. 2014, 2021, it is even able to buy luxuries such as cars. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency came to address the issue of depreciating paper money, paper currencies. So you might be asking yourself, what is blockchain technology? Blockchain is simply a technology that enables the existence of cryptocurrencies, just the same way M-Pesa or PayPal is a platform that enables the existence of e-currency or e-money. As you can see, we have moved from fiat currency to e-currency. Right now, we are at cryptocurrency. Simply, cryptocurrency has not come to replace fiat currency or e-currency. It is just an upgrade of the latter. How to gain and lose in cryptocurrency? What differentiates the people that gain and lose in cryptocurrency is what we call greed. Some people want to make so much money in a very short time. I will first illustrate how to lose in cryptocurrency. Number one, we have what we call a token. What is a token? A token is simply a yet to be cryptocurrency. It has not fully become a cryptocurrency. So some investors will go and purchase some tokens. Because the token is not yet a fully cryptocurrency, their prices are very low. So you'll see some people, you find them very cheap. Therefore, they'll go immersing their monies in the tokens. But what they fail to understand that the token does not have a standard valuation. So when the value or the price of the token drops, it goes up to zero. This means that these people lose all their money. So that is one of the ways to lose in cryptocurrency. Number two, we come to what we call mining. Mining, mining is very profitable, but mining requires supercomputers that uses a lot of power than most African countries that can produce. So anyone coming to tell you to invest in mining so that you can earn here in Africa, it is not possible. It is better to invest here in Africa. It is better to invest in already existing cryptocurrencies. Mining is only possible in first-class countries such as China. Also, in some African countries like South Africa, they do mining at small scale. Number three, how to lose, we have what we call return on investment. That is, that is real. What is real? In real, some people or some companies will come to you and tell you that you should invest in them, and they will give you back that investment with a 300% return. So these companies are able to, once they are able to attract so many investors and they have exhausted the market such that there are no more investors coming in. At first, when you as an investor, you might they might give you some return to keep on attracting more investors, and once they have exhausted the market and there are no more investors coming in, these companies will have so much money in their reserves. Now it has come a time they have to pay back the 300% return they promised you as an investor. Here they have two choices: either to pay that money at 300% or to disappear. You have to agree with me that disappearing is the easiest way. So these companies will come, maybe change the mode of payment. They'll come and tell you that they are upgrading their system, and at the end of it all, when you go to their website to get that, it is not there. The company has already disappeared, and that is how you lose your money in real. And now that we have discussed about losing, I'd like us to look at how to gain in cryptocurrencies. In gaining, number one, we have what we call forex trading. In forex trading, you just need to invest in learning a lot. Another thing about forex trading, you don't trade 7 days a week. You only trade for around 5 days. Yeah, that is how you gain in forex. You have to invest in learning first and understand how it goes. Number two, we have what we call buy and hold. In buying and holding, here you buy your cryptocurrency, keep it in your wallet and wait for the value to increase. Just the same way you could have bought Bitcoin at 10 Kenyan shillings and waited for the value to increase. So you can buy and hold and wait for the value to increase. Number three, we have what we call smart contract on Ethereum. This is what we are going to talk about today. Over 2,000 cryptocurrencies have been deployed on blockchain, and more continue to be deployed every day. Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. This is the Ethereum logo. This is how it looks like. It is the second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. The founders of Ethereum understand that what makes the value of a currency increase is the people, and they have formulated a system called Forsage, the world's first 100% decentralized system that is based on smart contracts. We will talk about decentralization, about smart contracts. The founders of Ethereum, through this Forsage ecosystem, they are able to get people using the Ethereum cryptocurrency so that the value of Ethereum shoots up. This is the whole idea of Forsage. What is a decentralized project? It is an automated project. For you to understand decentralization, I would like us to look at the difference between decentralized project and centralized project. In a decentralized project, creators don't control your crypto, but in a centralized project, creators or owners of a company control your crypto. For instance, a bank controls your assets in the bank. That means your assets are subject to bad management decisions. You can lose your funds. You have to wait for withdrawals. The income is limited, and there is limited transparency. But a decentralized project is a complete opposite of a centralized project. No admins needed to run the project. It is not affected by management decisions. You can't lose your money. Instant payouts, unlimited income, 100% transparent. You'll come to learn this as we proceed. As I said, the Forsage ecosystem platform is based on smart contract. What is a smart contract? It is a programming code that is self-operating. It is placed directly on the blockchain. It can never be hacked or stopped. Once deployed, it cannot be changed. This means it does not require an admin or a company to run it. It runs on its own and does exactly what it was programmed to do. So, the Ethereum founders are trying to create a community of Ethereum users using the Forsage ecosystem. They are trying to use the same idea that companies like Facebook, YouTube, Safaricom, and DSTV use to make so much money. They build network of consumers, then they sell them the services. With this, that is a natural result. Taking the example of Safaricom, when Safaricom was beginning in around 2007, they were encouraging people to to purchase their SIM card, and once they purchase their SIM card, they introduce services such as credit cards. Um, right now, when you Google, Safaricom has more than 30 million subscribers. That means they are able to introduce as many services as they want to these already existing subscribers. For instance, Safaricom has introduced very many services, including M-Shwari, there is Okwa Jahazi, there is Fuliza. Uh, because they already have a community, it is very easy to introduce these services. For instance, in Safaricom, if a million people can take the 10 bob Okwa Jahazi in a day, the Safaricom company gives you 9 bob and they take their one commission, which means that in a day they are able to make a million Kenyan shillings from that service. So this is the same idea that Ethereum founders have to create a community of people so that they can introduce them the services. What I'm trying to say here is that the Ethereum founders are not interested in the profit, in your profits. They are only interested in creating a community of Ethereum users. So one of the services that they want to introduce is a is an ATM card that you can go to any ATM and convert your cryptocurrencies to cash. This this ATM card will be going for around 15,000 Kenyan shillings. Now it can only be used by Ethereum users. So for instance, let's say right now when you look at the Ethereum ecosystem, there are more than a million people using the Ethereum cryptocurrency. If only 500,000 people can purchase this ATM card, it means that the Ethereum founders are able to make a lot of money, and that is how they make profits. So you might be asking yourself, how, what is in for you and me? How do we benefit? Forsage is built on the Ethereum and Tron blockchain. How can we benefit from the Ethereum or Tron ecosystem? As I said, you can benefit from cryptocurrencies by buying and holding. Secondly, you can invest in the Forsage ecosystem and accumulate more Ethereums. And that is what we are going to discuss today. How does Forsage work? Forsage is a closed system without deadlines, with a limited number of places and unlimited number of reentries. Forsage has three programs, that is Forsage X3 and Forsage X4. Um, This Forsage works like just like any other mobile company. For instance, Safaricom. In Safaricom, we have the company, we have what we call the administrators, we have agent, and we have the customer. Um, Between the customer and the mobile money of the company, we have what we call the administrator and the agent. The administrator uh, must get a license to trade directly from the Safaricom or the mother company. The agent must get an M-Pesa line from the administrator so that customers can come to the agent to do transactions. Um, for the administrator uh, to get some money, they have to earn from a team of agents. We see that the agent must earn from the customer, where the customer goes to the agent to do transactions. Um, Looking at this, when the customers go to do some transactions, there are some transaction costs involved. This cost is shared, or the commission is shared among the agent, the administrator, and the mother company. We see here, in simple terms, we can say that the administrator is earning from a team of agents, but the agent is earning from a team of customer or direct sales. We can simply, looking at the administrator, we can call him or her the investor. The agent must do direct sales to get some money. Now Forsage works the same way with a company like the Safaricom company. How does it work? With these platforms, the Forsage X3 and the Forsage X4, we can call the Forsage X3 the agent program. By the X4, we can call it the investor program. In the Forsage X3 program, the agent must earn by making direct sales. By the Forsage X4, the investor earns by the teamwork done by the agent. Now, the Forsage X3 and the Forsage X4 as what we call slots. Each of them has 12 slots. They work in the same way, only that the Forsage X3 belongs to the agent, while the Forsage X4 belongs to the investor. Looking at slot 1, the first slot is 0.025. It is in terms of Ethereum. The first slot is 0.025 Ethereum. The second slot is, I'm looking at X3. The second slot is 0.05 Ethereum. The third slot is 0.1 Ethereum. The fourth slot is 0.2 Ethereum. You realize that each subsequent slot is twice expensive the previous slot. This means that even the income from the subsequent slot is twice as high the previous slots. Each of the Forsage X3 and Forsage X4 both have 12 slots. In this slot, they have no expiration date. That means you can earn from them unlimited times. You can earn from them forever. They are based on the smart contract, and because the smart contract is decentralized, it means that no one can change the code in the X4, in the Forsage ecosystem, X4, X3 platforms, and therefore this system is simply risk-free. How does the Forsage X3 work? In the Forsage X3, for you to activate the first slot, you need 0.025 Ethereum. And as I said, the Forsage X3 is the agent program where we earn from direct sales. The direct sales, I like to call them the referrals. They're simply the referrals. Under you, after you activate your slots, under you, there are 3 mini slots. So the first direct sale that you make 100% of that investment. That means the first slot, your first recommendation or your first direct sales, when he or she activates the first slot, you earn 100% of that investment. In the second mini slot, in your second direct sale, you earn 100% of that investment. Now when we come to the third, this mini slot with the blue color, the one written re-entry, when you come to this one, I'd like you to pay attention here. In this mini slot, when you make this direct sale, this investment doesn't come to you. This investment goes to your sponsor. This investment acts as a what we call re-entry. Re-entry is simply for instance, if you have water in your cup and you want to add more water in that cup, you have to empty that cup. So this third direct sales act as a re-empty for the first mini slot and for the second mini slot, so that you can continue earning from these slots, from this mini slot. That's why I said this system has no expiration date. So this is slot 1, and when we look at level 2 or slot 2, you activate the second slot with 0.05 Ethereum. So for you to activate the first slot and the second slot, you need 0.025 Ethereum plus 0.05 Ethereum. This one is still expensive. The earnings are the same. In the second slot, when you make the first direct sale, you earn 100% of the investment. That is 0.05 Ethereum, 0.05, and the third one goes to your sponsor. How about what happens? This is you with 2 slots. Now, what happens when you make a direct sale or you refer someone who activates more slots than you? You have only activated 2 slots. So if you refer someone who has activated, for example, 3 slots, what happens here is that you will earn Ethereum from the first slot, the second slot, and now because you don't have the 3 slots, the last slot, that slot will go to someone in the system who has activated 3 slots. As you can see, the more slots you activate here, the more you are able to earn from your direct sales. Here it is in X3. This means that when you refer someone who activates all the 12 slots, it means you earn 100% of that investment if you have the same number of slots, or you have activated the same number of slots. Now I want us to look at how X4, the Forsage X4 works. As I said, they both have 12 slots. The only difference here is that this is an investor program, while the X3 is the agent program. Under you, in X4, we have 6 places. In these 6 places, for you to activate the first place, you need 0.025 Ethereum, just the same way in X3. Here, as you can see, the first 2 places in the first line, the system places people in your in your ecosystem. This investment doesn't come to you in the first two places in the first line. This goes to the ecosystem. Um, Now you are from the second line, the first three places with those colors, the first three places comes directly to you 100%, and the third one, the sixth one in the second line goes to the ecosystem. The fact that this investment is able to go to the ecosystem means that you can be able to earn without referring anyone, because the money is just going to the ecosystem randomly. So it is very possible for you to earn randomly from the ecosystem. That is why we call the X4 the investor platform. Now I want us to look at the second slot. This is the second slot. You activate with 0.05 Ethereum. The first earnings investment goes to the system. It can be taken by anyone in the X3 in the X4 ecosystem. It is very possible to earn without referring anyone. So you earn 100%. The first two goes to the system. The in the second line, these three mini slots goes to directly to you 100%, and then the last one acts as a re-empty of this mini slot, so that you can continue earning more in this ecosystem. As I said, we have the Forsage S Gold program. The only difference here, this Forsage S Gold works the same way as the Forsage X4. It is an investor program. The only difference here is that this one has 30, gives you 30 places for you on 4 lines where you can earn from. The X4 only has 6 places. This one gives you 30 places on 4 lines. We have 2 on the first line, 4 places in the second line, 8 places in the third line, while we have 16 places in the fourth line. To get started with us, basically, there are a few steps that you're supposed to take. First of all, you're supposed to download a wallet. Then, if you're using an iPhone phone, you're supposed to download the Token Pocket. If you're using the Android, you're supposed to download the Trust Wallet. Tron Link is compatible with any phone, and this is for the people using the Tron ecosystem. As I said, Forsage is based on 2 ecosystems, that is Ethereum and Tron. The two systems, the Tron ecosystem works the same way with the Ethereum ecosystem, just as I have presented. The MetaMask is for people who have laptops or their computers. Then you need some Trons or some Ethereums. Then you need a link to activate your slots. After this, I would like to show you the system itself. I'm basically working on the Ethereum ecosystem, so I'll just log into my system. That is the Tron, the Trust Wallet here, just as I have clicked. This is my ID. As you can see, in the X3 platform there are 12 slots. I have activated up to slot 8. I have not activated from slot 9 to 12 in X3. In X4, as you can see, I have activated up to slot 6, and in the Forsage X Gold, I have activated only 2 slots. This is basically how the system looks. As you can see, the first slot, the first slot in X3 requires 0.025 Ethereum to activate, and there are 3 places under you. Slot 2 looks the same, 3 mini slots under you, but you have to activate. This one is 0.05 Ethereum. As I said, the subsequent slot is still expensive as the previous slots. This is the number of Ethereum that I have been able to accumulate. In terms of dollars, that is around $27. How many people do I have in my system? Only 7 people. This system is very transparent, as you can see. All participants in the whole ecosystem, they are indicated here with the pink color. This one that I'm zooming in, 1 million over 1 million people. In the last 24 hours, 127 people have been able to join the system. Among the 1 million participants that have been able to join the Forsage ecosystem, more than 700,000 people have been able to accumulate Ethereum. And in terms of dollars, or in terms of money, this is over 1 billion dollars that the whole system have been able that people have been able to accumulate in this whole system. I don't know what else I'm supposed to show you here. I've been able to accumulate 16.67 Ethereum. That is why I said investing in the Forsage ecosystem helps you accumulate more Ethereum. And I see this is a better opportunity compared to buying and holding. Because if you buy 1 Ethereum, it will stay like that there. It won't increase. It will just be there just as a single Ethereum. And when you invest in the Forsage ecosystem, you're able to accumulate many Ethereum. Another thing that I wanted to mention before I end this presentation is that there are some people that are confusing Bitcoin with the blockchain technology. What I would like to say is that Bitcoin is simply a cryptocurrency, and as I said, blockchain technology is a platform that enables the existence of cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin being a cryptocurrency means it has been deployed on the blockchain technology or interface. Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin, and it is also deployed on the blockchain interface. For a cryptocurrency to become a fully cryptocurrency, it must be deployed on the blockchain interface. I hope you have understood that. Do not confuse Bitcoin with the blockchain. Bitcoin is just a cryptocurrency, and blockchain is a platform or the interface that carries these cryptocurrencies. I hope you have understood this presentation. You can subscribe and like my video. You can also follow my social media handles. I have my page in Facebook called Crypto Hub Kenya. I also have a group called All Talk About Cryptocurrencies, that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tron. My Twitter handle goes as at Makena944, and my Facebook account goes as Makena Lydia. Thank you for taking your time to go through this presentation. I'll leave my contact down in the description. In case you have any questions, you can just call me, give me a call, and I'll be there to answer your call. Thank you.